because I might be cleaning and shit.
Shut up, bitch. The button's pressed.
He pushed the button. We're back. Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Hey.
Ah.
Hello.
What up?
Hi.
Who's ready for some D&D?
I am ready.
Sweet. So,
Right. Oh,
are you gonna say something? What you got?
I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Cool. So, what we happened last time wasn't a whole lot. Let's see. Vinteth visited a church, spoke to Valora Jund, the priestess at the Our Lady of Sorrow, exchanged some theological debate about the nature of the mother and how what happens in death and how things are done at his church in Vertrag.
Yeah, that bitch doesn't know anything.
She probably thinks the same about you.
Suji, Revi, Seven, and Saishori made their way over to Way Schmelted and Delted to meet with Dory Way to get Suji set up on the forge. He's going to be renting out for the next couple of days, and he works on armor for Tinkers. Some shopping was done. Some elven chakrams were bought. A date was proposed, and a sword of some magical means, without asking what it did, was bought. We'll find out next time.
Sometimes a sword just looks really cool.
It does. Valir, you followed a lead, dressed in some new threads, which you all would have actually noticed when you split with Valir this morning. He had a new outfit on.
Oh.
Fancy.
But Valir, you made your way up to the Open Sea Tavern. You spoke with the bartender. You talked to Warren at the front desk to find out information about the person that left you that fancy outfit and a note in the middle of the night. You sent a bottle of wine and a note of your own. Waited at the bar for an hour or so, ate some breakfast, and left. Decided to spend some of your morning and the time waiting for the rest of the party to run their errands, just walking about the more influential district of Glaredon. You saw some fancy shops, some nice, clothing boutiques and cafes, and as you walked further and further away and deeper into the city, you were you were grabbed by several hands around your collar and shirt and dragged into an alleyway. And that's where we'll pick up.
Mm-hmm.
Blair, you had several people. You felt several hands grab you by your shirt and your collar, just drag you into this alleyway. It takes your eyes a second to adjust, but you are currently held by at least 2 or 3 individuals.
Do I recognize anybody?
Give me a perception check.
Bet.
22. Taking a look around, you don't, your eyes take a second to adjust. You're pulled from the morning sun into this darkened alleyway. Take a look around, you see, and can take a second to compose yourself. There are 3 individuals that seem to be holding you down, one on each arm and one kind of like off grabbing your collar, and there's a 4th individual slightly further back in the alley. You don't recognize them like by name or by acquaintance you've met before. All 4 elven gentlemen, early in their years, probably their first century or two. Fine. 22. Yeah. Very fine black 3-piece suits, hair jet black, slicked back. That's all you see.
All right. I just yell out, "What do you guys want?"
So as the three that are holding you, the one kind of in the back of the alley approaches. Uh, Mr. Valier, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. We were worried for a while. We didn't know how we were going to get you away from your friends, but V was confident in her ability to draw you out. Honestly, I was surprised it worked so well. I'm pretty sure you know that your appearance is very much needed at home. And unfortunately, we were sent to collect you.
Is that so? And tell me, why isn't she here herself?
Well, you see, you know how she is. She got to town yesterday, spent enough time here to realize that the job needed to get done, and didn't like being around all the poor. So she left. She's already on her way home.
Sounds about right for her. Well, message received. There's no need. You don't need to hold me down. And just for so you guys know, I'm letting you guys hold me down right now. But let's be civil about this. There's no need for grappling or anything. No forcefulness needed right now.
Make a persuasion check.
Bet.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
You see before the one that you're actually conversing with could speak up. Two of the ones that are on your arms are like, that kind of makes a lot of sense. He doesn't seem to be fighting us back like that at all, and they kind of like let you go. The one that's like kind of on your collars like looks at the other two like, what? No, hold on to him. But your arms are currently free.
Now then. So when am I expected to go back home? Like, when do they need me?
Look, I don't want to get into family politics or anything, but I'm guessing
Sorry.
to them it must be urgent if they're willing to get us involved, but I can't say I particularly understand how your side lives. If that makes sense.
True. And remind me again, who are you?
If you have to ask, probably doing my job right.
Okay. I see. Well, if you can tell her I will be home. I will meet up. But next time, she needs to come get me herself. None of this nonsense that she's trying to pull right now. There's no need for that. And I sent her something to her room. If you're telling me she left, she owes me money.
Well, that is certainly something you can bring up with her when you see her. But as I did say, the fact that we're involved, you will be leaving with us if that wasn't clear.
Oh, is that so? Really now?
Look,
Mm.
he looks at you, he looks at the three guys that are surrounding you. The only thing we were given was not to hurt the face.
Well, do I have time to tell my party of all this? They're gonna be wondering where I'm at. I am like, a big backbone of this group.
Make a persuasion check. God damn! Stop it.
I am
Just very
dude.
persuasive.
I am just charming. They're in love with me right now.
Them new
Of course
threads.
they are. They were holding you down.
Them new threads giving Valir that extra boost. All right, look, I don't want to get my hands dirty if I don't have to. Talk to your friends. We leave tonight.
Well, you guys clearly know where to find me. That's once I tell my party, I'll most likely be at the lodging we got. So you can meet me there.
We'll see you soon.
Also,
Hmm.
was it you or her who actually sent me this clothes and the wine and all?
Oh no, that was her. That was yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Props to her. I didn't think she'll actually go to a lower, quote unquote, lower class area, but okay. Good
You
to
know, that
know.
was part of the reason she was complaining when she got back. She was like, she did it, and then when she got back, and she was like, even the hotel that she was staying in wasn't nice enough, and just had to leave.
Like just under my breath, I'm like, I probably took an airship over here. Very well, but yes. I'll get my affairs in order. Tell the rest of my group, and you can meet me at the hotel where I'm staying at currently. No
Wonderful.
need. Yes. No need to fight. No need for any of that.
We look forward to travels home.
Yes. Which why by the way, how are we going to travel home?
We'll probably take carts from here to the capital, and then try to get an airship north if we can.
I try to hold my excitement once I hear airship. Very well. That should suffice. Well,
See you in a few hours.
very
No
well,
funny.
gent. No funny business. Pleasure doing business with you, gentlemen. I'll see you soon.
You see the one that was still holding onto your collar, like, let's go, kind of like straightens you out a little bit.
I just kind of pat him on the back. Gentle enough not to like stir anything, but hard enough to know, like, yo, I am a strong guy.
Give me this is not an attack roll, but give me an unarmed strike, just so I just
Okay.
to see what the number is. Okay. Cool. Give me an intimidation check with advantage. Just fuck a little bit of.
Hey.
Valir, as this one, the kind of the bigger of the four gentlemen, let's go.
Get the fuck out of here. Sorry,
Yeah.
I just went back to roll 20.
as the bigger of the four gentlemen that is surrounding you lets go of your collar and kind of straightens you out. You turn and just kind of give him that like nice pat on the shoulder, but you put a little bit of key into it, and you kind of feel that like jolt of energy pulse out of your palm and into his body, and you see he kind of like the knee buckles just.
I turn to him, smirk a little bit, give him the nod, like, yo, you know what's up, and start making my way back to the.
Cool.
I am not rolling anymore. That's it. That's my luck.
You burn through your 20s for like the next fucking session,
Jeez.
but it
Now,
worked out.
Now
Yeah.
imagine if you would have just punched them all in the face.
Dude, I know. I could have ran. They're not catching me. I would have booked it.
Cool. Let's see. About that time, Revi, Saishori, 7. The three of you have left Ways, and where are you headed?
I need to get the chain from Fast Talk and Lenny.
Jane?
My chakrams won't come back if I throw them by themselves.
I think I bought that.
I was gonna say I was like I'm pretty sure.
What?
Sorry. Yes.
Damn.
Zaishori already. Wait, is she with us?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, she's got it already. 7.
Oh.
Sorry,
Okay.
bud.
Fine.
I just kind of lean into Zaishori. I'm like, I get it, but I mean, he really likes to throw things. I worry he may try to take that at some point. Okay, so if we're not, does anyone else need anything from Lenny's? Because if not, I'm ready to hit the road and get this blood over to Schmidt.
Okay.
I'm sure you're still reeling from Mr. D back at the shop.
Uh-oh.
Who we lose? Who we lose? Oh,
Please.
Suji.
So, where did Valia say he was going?
I can't remember.
Don't know.
Did he tell us?
All right, I'll just send him a quick message. It's fine. Wait, where are we? We're right now. Where are we at the inn? No. We're outside of
You
the.
guys, yeah, you're about a block away from the from Ways.
Yeah. So I'll send a Valir message. Valir, we're outside Ways. We're ready to go. Let us know if you will be coming back here or if you'd like to meet us elsewhere.
Heading back to you guys now. We'll meet up with you guys soon.
All right, I'll relay it to the group. He's on his way back. Shouldn't be too long.
What shall we
All
do in
right.
the meantime?
I guess I just kind of look back towards the shop. Well, I guess in the short time we have, I'll just take a look and see if Suji's figured out the names for some of those tools yet.
I can't go
Okay.
back in there right now. You go on ahead.
Sure. Or I could figure out what that mystery sword of yours actually does. If you'd prefer that, Zaishori.
Please, 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 please.
It
Thank
does
you.
stuff.
What'd you say, Seven?
It does stuff.
I would hope so. Otherwise, she just paid 400 gold for a very fancy but otherwise ordinary sword.
So, then I pull out
400
my battle
gold.
axes.
And a date.
Fancy. What's a date?
I've never been on one.
I don't think I
No.
have either. Is it like a
You-
bullywog?
You have. It is not like a bullywog. Seven. This should be a fun experience for you then, Zaishori. I'm sure he'll be right where we left him when we return. No?
I don't know if I'm returning.
Well,
We have
Why
to. I
don't you-
need my quiver for javelins.
You guys can go back. I'm scared.
Oh, and my suit.
Zaishori, he saw you without the hood. He reacted well, did he not?
You took your hood off?
Yeah.
Oh, Why?
I've never had someone feel this way about me before, or me about anyone.
he felt you?
No.
I don't know.
Oh, that's terrible.
Seven just jumps back. I'll be like, ah, what did I do? I didn't touch her. Get mad at him.
I just start sulking.
No, look, don't be. Seven just wants to learn. Don't be discouraged. Zaishori, I mean, no offense with this question, but isn't your goddess the doesn't she represent love?
Yes, but now we're talking about romantic love.
Oh,
I
I
have no
see.
experience.
Oh, so she's more of the familial love.
I'm gonna pray to Rhubarg and see if I know what romantic is. Because I'm
She
not asking
represents all
Zaishuri more
kinds of
questions. I just got snapped at. I'm not asking these questions again.
love.
How about you have a nice chat with Seven about all the nuances of romantic love while I identify the sword?
This is not going to be my job only. Seven, we'll talk about this later with the group.
I'm gonna ask Rhubarg.
And I will take the sword, assuming Zaishuri hands it over.
All right.
Yeah, handing it over.
All right. 10 minutes of me.
All right.
Ritual casting.
Let's see if Rhubarg answers me, guys. Pray. What is romantic love, Rhubarg?
I mean, he should know. You know, there's a lot of romantic love in the entirety of history.
Does a 21 do anything for 7?
Seven, you sit there for a few seconds and ponder this question. And as make an intelligence check for me.
Straight up intelligence?
Yep, straight intelligence. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's about right.
That
My
tracks.
poor boy that just came out the ground like a month ago.
Seven, as you say your prayer and you kind of reach out to Rogbar about this notion, the history of romantic love. There's something behind you.
Oh, damn it. I swing.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yep, we're gonna make an attack roll.
Oh my gosh.
What's happening? Do I see anything?
So Shuri, as you give the sword over to Revi, you start to set up the your ritual, to just identify. Seven, you go off and having just been, snapped at, reprimanded,
Yeah.
intentional or not, you reach out to Rugbarg and say, sure, you see Seven is kind of, in his silent state, and you go over to kind of like talk to him, and he turns and like an inch before your face, you just see how he like throws a left hook. Doesn't hit, but just turned abruptly and threw a punch.
Okay, I'm gonna jump up and like grab his fist and like slowly just like bring them down if I can. Seven.
Oh, yeah. Where'd he go?
What was that?
That shit. They're coming for me.
The shadow people again?
Yeah.
I thought you guys solved that.
Oh, let me pull up my thing. Click the button. Yes. Rugbarg is the best god. Fucking goddamn, what's the name of Vintess goddess?
Soren.
Zerlin.
Thornlin. Terrible. Weak god.
Wait,
10-minute
how,
for a minute,
how-
10-minute loop of that.
how long
Seven.
does
We
that?
don't belittle other people's gods.
I didn't, it's the stone.
Any perception or insight checks from Revi and Saishori?
Okay. Oh, whoops! I gotta get my sheet.
Perception or insight?
Yep.
As soon as it decides it wants to load.
Oh.
Nope.
That tracks.
see
Revi,
everything.
you're too engrossed in casting Identify. But Zaishuri, as Seven, turns around, throws a punch, you calm him down, and he pulls out this little, speaking stone that is repeating, this sentiment in his voice of, Rugbar is the best god, Soren Lin is weak god. You get several bordering, varying between like, oh my gods and dirty looks of the majority elven population denizens that you're walking the streets at the moment. But yeah, that's all.
Seven.
He has a
Paying
stone that's
attention.
saying Soren Lin is a weak god in the middle of a town
Oh
of elves.
no!
I wonder.
The looks
Deadly.
are not great.
I think we should return this stone.
I gently turn like Seven around, putting his back to like the street. Seven.
Yeah.
Can that thing be a little quieter?
I don't know. Valir bought it for me.
Oh, there.
We got it from Lenny.
Is there
Lenny.
perhaps a more comforting and less antagonistic message you could place within the stone?
I don't know.
But you decided. That's you, right?
Who's to say?
Is there is there anything else that would comfort you and distract you from the shadow people?
Yeah. Probably.
Okay, I'm gonna finish this. We can deal with that, Zaishori, please. Oh, for God's sake!
Hey, Seven, can I see that stone?
Sure.
I'm gonna hold it up to his mouth. So, how you feeling today, Seven?
I don't know. I'm bummed out. I don't get the magic chain to bring my stuff back to me, but at least I'm clean. Look at myself, do things.
And shiny.
Oh yeah. Oh, and my cape, it's pretty cool. And then I make my action, and now it's just flittering.
A magnificent cape, Seven, truly.
Yes, I like it.
I want to see if the stone internalized any of that. Hey, Roche.
Yes.
I took the stone and put it up to Seven's mouth, and he talked a bit. Did it internalize anything he said?
You just took the stone and put it up to his mouth.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to have done anything.
Should have had her check first.
Well, here you go, Seven.
Thank you. But yeah.
Willier can
You
figure
say-
that out later.
So that thing. I'll wait till I'm done. I gotta finish this.
So after about 10 minutes go by, Saishori, you chat with Seven for a little bit. Revi, you complete the identify spell.
What do we got, boss?
Completion of your spell, your eyes flare a little bit, and you can read the magical abilities of this sword. This is a great sword of slaying. Saishori, I will send you the exact specifics of the weapon shortly. But the long and short of it is the way it works is it is a +1 weapon. So +1 to hit, +1 to damage. The sword has 3 slots that it can essentially be attuned to a weakening ability to a particular creature type. Only one can be active at a time. It takes a short rest to reset it. It is currently set to dragons. If you hit a creature of the chosen creature type with this sword, it deals an additional 2d6 damage of the weapon's type. So in this case, slashing. When you hit a creature of a new type that is not currently inscribed or bound to the sword, you can choose to add it to the sword as one of the 3 types. You have to replace, if you are at 3, you can replace one of the existing ones to basically put a new one on it. If you score a critical hit with the sword, you can immediately add the type of the creature you just hit and attune to it in that with that crit, essentially. Currently, the only 1 slot taken and is attuned to dragons.
Wait, so how do you
Mm.
how do you add to the slots? You gotta like what, take a piece of a creature or something and put it in there?
You just have to fight it. If you hit with the attack against, let's say, an aberration, then at the end of that, after that fight, you will have the ability to inscribe aberration as a type of, what it can slay.
Yeah.
And then after a short rest, you can change it from dragon to aberration, and the next time you fight an aberration, it'll deal 2d6.
So what you're
But-
saying is we find one bullywog, kill it, take a short rest, and then Zaishori commences the bullywog genocide.
Correct. Or
Got
if you score a critical hit, you can immediately take the type of
I see.
creature and attune it to the sword to it right then and there on the spot.
Oh, look, goblins. Natural 20.
Yeah, I'm gonna need all that info.
Yep, I'll send you the full details on it. But yes, it is the sword Doriway designed for Kotori, and he used it once against dragons.
So he claims.
The sword is attuned to dragons.
So
do
it
it.
claims.
Mhm.
Alright, I'm done.
I'll say, Webby, with that, make an Arcana check.
Sure. Jesus, what in the fucking world? No, we're re-rolling that. There is no world in which I do not have at least a decent Arcana understanding. There we
There you
go.
go.
All right, one chronal shift is gone.
Revy,
Why can't I remember that? God, oh, there we go. All right.
Revy is slowly balancing out all of Villiers' nat 20s. Okay. So yeah, as you finish the spell and you gain all this information, yeah, through your you kind of think about it for a second and using your your studies and looking at the runes and the inscription on this sword and why one of them is in Draconic, you get a weird insight into the fact that Katori probably wasn't all blowing smoke. He
Mm,
had to have fought a dragon at some point for this sword to function the way arcane, like the way the arcane is functioning on
yeah,
the sword.
got it. Uh, so it interestingly enough, I relay all this to Zaishori. It's already attuned to dragons. So maybe Mr. Clay wasn't quite as full of shit as he may have seemed. I will hand the sword back to her.
Well, I don't think I doubted he fought a dragon.
Oh.
This is very neat. Thank you.
I mean, I've never fought a dragon. Have you?
Nope.
I'm just saying it's a
Katori seemed like an
strong
old
claim.
man.
Yes.
Huh.
Oh, also 7.
What about that?
Just any other stones? Are there any other random stones on the ground?
Sure.
Okay. 7. How do you like this?
I'm gonna robot look at him. It's a rock.
I will tap it, and I will say to him, "Say something comforting, something you'd like to hear." Sorry, I will say that and then tap it.
Yeah.
I will kill all the bullywogs one day. I'm
I
going
will
to
tap.
eat God.
Oh, okay. I'll leave that one there too. I guess I will tap it again. Just say yes. Honestly, I kind of forgot that I could do this. You sometimes forget the minor magic when you're, wrapped up in the bigger things. Let's call it. I can make a better version of that thing you bought. Here you go, 7.
Oh yes.
Simply tap it. The
Eh.
message will play. It will play forever,
Oh man.
and you can tap it to shut it off again whenever you like.
Okay.
It's your tinkerer stuff, right?
This is my artificer minor magical effect that I genuinely, the player, and I'm going to say Ravi himself, forgot he could do because it's just not relevant very often.
Yes. Revenant 7 is never tapping that rock again. That's all anyone's gonna hear for the rest of the
That-
campaign.
We may
Kill
have-
all the bullywogs. Eat God.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah, so I will. Who bought that again? It was Valir, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Valir.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not here yet. So be like, yes. Well, I'm glad it wasn't expensive.
Define expensive.
It was only what? He said he spent 10 gold on it, right?
Yeah. No, I generally don't know what expensive means. I just have all of this, and I pull my money out. Like I just buy things as long as I have
Actually-
these coins.
I'm sorry, DM. I don't want to cheat here. It says a minute 6-second recorded message when tapped. It doesn't specify. Does that mean it will continue until tapped again, or is that like a single message? Because I might have just overstated this then. I've never looked into this effect. I interpreted it as it keeps going until tapped again.
Let's read.
Mm.
Reading. Tapping, reading. Magical tinkering.
Oh wait. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh wait. I can actually. I can do this. I can do this to multiple objects. I didn't really. I should probably read my sheet at some point.
Uh-huh.
All right, good to know.
Yeah,
Because I kept on reading the max one property. I kept on reading that as max one item, but no, I
no.
can do this
Each
to
item can only have one property.
property each. That's surprisingly useful.
Yeah, the chosen property lasts indefinitely. As an action, you can
That's
switch the object and end the property early. Yeah.
okay. So he taps it. It plays a 6-second message on a loop until he taps it.
Yeah, I'd say that. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah. So going back to it then, like so. Yeah. Well, it works. That's all that matters at the end.
And now I have 2 of them.
I will say, for the sake of this one, for 7, that's how it works. I would probably rule for shenanigans purposes, and I'm already going to catch myself for this later. I'm going to say it now. The way it's supposed to work is it plays the 6-second message. The message ends, and you have to tap it again to keep playing the message.
I don't have the spells to solve that right now, but I could get them.
Yes, but I will say, for the sake of the one that you've handed to 7, for purposes of it, I don't want to expect him to sit there and tap it every 6 seconds. That one can work in his hands indefinitely until he
Yes.
turns it off.
Perfect.
Yeah.
But I can already see shenanigans coming up if I was to rule that for all of them.
Gotcha. No, I understand. See, now I hadn't thought about shenanigans, but now I'm going to be thinking
So
about it.
I'm nipping that in the butt now.
Cool. Yeah, 7 gets a special one. It counts as he's got it in his hand. It's being tapped.
Yeah.
All that metal.
Yeah, up until I get in my nice new fancy suit pockets, and that's just ultra comfort in there.
Yes, the rock is ultra comfortable.
Yes. Can't tell me otherwise.
You're not even here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Valir or Vintef.
Oh!
Look, 7 is at least
Nobody
several
heard
days old.
So about another, by the time you gain the sword over, Saishori, you kind of take it back and start feeling it. You do need a short rest to attune to it. About another 10 or 15 minutes go by, and Valir, you make your way through town, ducking alleyways. Valir, give me a perception check.
Cool.
As you make your way through town, just your sheer cautious nature, you're keeping track of people following you. If anyone, this interaction with these individuals was going to lead to something else, but you feel comfortable after your first 10 or 15 minutes that they have given you space. No one's following you. You make your way through town. You're head back towards the docks where the hotel you guys are staying at and the blacksmith is. And you do see pretty easily standing just on the docks, kind of middle of the street, the 3 of your party members just kind of having a conversation and hanging out.
Seriously.
Oh, there you guys are.
Look, I got 2 of the magic rocks now.
2 of them? What?
Yeah.
When did you
Wait.
get a second one?
Ravi made it.
God damn it.
Ah.
Your first one had some difficulties.
Some
I think it works fine.
limitations. 10 minutes apparently.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Hey.
So let's just get it out of the way. This entire time, I could have made something that could have been talking to 7. I forgot. I remembered. It's been created.
It's perfectly fine. At least we know now that it works. I told Seven that rock would have been the experiment to see if it actually calms him down or not, and now we know it does. So,
I think it upset the townspeople, though.
well, what did you have it say?
The Rock
Click.
did not upset the townspeople.
And it plays over that Rugbarg is the best god and Sorenlin is weak.
I listen. I was not responsible for that. I didn't know he recorded that. I didn't know what he was doing. I gave him the rock. I gave him the instrument. That's not on me.
But you gave it to me.
I gave it to you, but I did not set it up. You set it up.
I don't know how this works.
I leaned
You
over
had
to
it working.
her.
I know I
Came off
clicked the
the
button.
ground 2 months ago. You didn't supervise him setting it up or help him out?
He's been learning a lot. Some things he says, I don't even know where he got it from because some things we haven't even mentioned. He's just learning on his own somehow.
Valir, what's romantical love?
Yeah,
Um,
Valir. Yeah, Valir.
let's see.
They don't want to explain it to me.
Well, hey, where's Vintef, by the way? Just changing conversations. Where's Vintef?
I don't know.
Sorlin stuff. You know how it is.
Yeah.
The more bloody closets, basements, whatever he does. I don't know.
Who knows? It apparently depends on how dedicated the followers of Soren Lin are. I did not care to find out.
Yeah.
Don't want to know anymore after the closet.
I mean, it would. Well, not interesting, but it would be. Uh, I wonder if they're as extreme as he is. Like, how would he deal with someone differs from him? That'll be quite humorous to watch.
But admittedly, that does sound amusing. But honestly, if we didn't have to get this manticore blood back to Schmidt, I would be in there seeing what the hell Hondrik was able to do with dear Suji. You should have. Oh wait, shit! I'm losing my mind now. Was Valir there when we had the initial conversation with Dory Way or no?
No.
No.
Okay. You should have seen him. As Suji tried to convince him he was a master blacksmith, and he not that I know, but he clearly did not know the names of any of these tools.
Oh,
On his
that
face was
guy.
priceless. Huh?
Well, I wasn't here for that embarrassment. I'm sure you guys found it humorous. But
Well, way I think of it, worst case scenario, we waste some semi-rare ore, and we are no worse for wear outside of an entertaining story. Best case scenario, maybe he actually gets it done, and I kind of look over towards Tinkers, and maybe you're not immediately dying the first time one of these aggressive creatures we meet catches you in its peripherals.
I mean, that would be stupendous. Like, just not death.
That's the goal, Tinkers. That is the goal.
Yeah.
yeah, well, let's see if he builds something. Hopefully, he doesn't explode the place, and then we're gonna end up. Well, not us. He will end up having to pay him back.
If that happens, my name is nowhere on those blueprints.
Yes.
Cut and run.
I never met the guy, so yes, he's not gonna know who I am.
All right. So once, sorry, I was gonna say. So once Vinteth is back, are we good to go? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. If you have something else there.
I was gonna say, give me a charisma check, Revy.
Oh, okay. Eight.
Good to know.
Oh my
Nice.
gosh.
That's great. I always love when that happens. So yeah, ignoring that. Did I feel anything in that moment, or is that just a random DM roll?
That was if you were either half-minded or just like non like in the zone too much to have not signed your work.
Oh, okay.
As you
Fair enough.
said, you did not put your name on the blueprints.
Got it. Got it.
Mm.
Yeah. So I'll just say it later then. So, are you good to go once Vintef comes back? I would like to hit the road before we lose too much daylight.
Well, um, I might be having to go home unexpectedly.
What?
Why?
For what?
Well, I was left a message yesterday. Gave me a nice bottle of wine, some new threads and all, and I went to go figure out what was happening. And
I like where the
um,
fancy outfit came from. It looks nice.
yes. Thank you. But yeah, I went to go investigate. Couldn't find the person. Heading back my way to you guys, and I got pulled into an alley by some very nice dressed gentlemen. And yes, they requested me that I had to go home, and they're gonna be looking for me later on.
You want me
Who
to meet them?
and why? Again, I'm not
Uh,
understanding why you're required. Is everything okay? Is
This is
something
very
wrong?
sudden.
but, I didn't get like as much as I know, you know. Like they already told me they got hired by some family members, and now they're here
No,
looking for
by
me.
by your family members.
Yes, by my family.
Are you sure?
You have another family?
Yes, it's both questions. Yes, it's pretty. It was pretty obvious that it was my family, but I charmed my way out of them. I didn't have to, you know, swing my crossroad to anybody. I negotiated my way to come back over here to tell you guys what's up. I don't really feel like going. That's all I told them. But yeah, let's see what happens, and you might see these nice three dressed up gentlemen trying to take me home.
Okay,
So
so
your
do you,
family is trying to take you by force.
Yes,
why
a
would
little
why would
bit.
they simply send you a messenger? Why would they go about it this
Well,
way?
The aggression.
I don't know. My family's weird in a sense, I guess you could say. They rather get people to do things for them instead of coming out their way, had their busy schedule. Rich people, the wealthy, they always have servants and people do everything for them.
Henchmen, apparently.
Yes, it sounds doesn't sound very healthy, Valia. I mean, no offense when I ask this, but are you sure that? I mean, they didn't even tell you. It sounds like why they want you back. That's just
No.
extremely disrespectful of you, your time.
Oh, definitely. But I'm just gonna go with the wind. See what happens. If we run into them, we run into them. Either way, we'll see what happens.
Well, I
I
mean,
use force.
but
I will use the force.
but Valia, do you want to go or not?
How
Because
dare.
I think we should probably know what we're doing if we see these people, whether we're telling them to leave, making them leave, or allowing you to go, or potentially coming with you. I mean, I'd love to help you, Valia, but I mean, we have our mission from the broker. We have Zaishori's home to seek out.
Yes, and trust me, I am all about continue, guys, continue with the party and all. Definitely curious to see how Shuri's homeland is. But yes, I don't know. It took them a while to find me. I guess I don't know how long they've been looking, but we'll see.
And where is your home again?
Oh, it's around. Just a few couple carriages, one airship away. Not it's
But Leo,
You
it's
just want to go on the airship.
but Leo, why are you you've made so many definitive declarative statements in my time knowing you. Why are you being so hedgy about this? You're being so indecisive and just cagey. It's very strange. It's off-putting to me right now. What
yeah.
are you hiding something, or are you scared of them? I mean, no one's going to. I'm not going to judge you. I mean, Lord knows I've heard stories
I might.
of families.
No, no,
What's
no,
what's
no.
going on?
Um, well, my relationship with my family isn't the best, I guess. Uh, they were the ones who actually sent me to the monastery. When I was younger,
I
some
see.
X amount of reasons. And ever since I left the monastery, I haven't really returned home. I just kind of wander on, and then next thing I know, I'm with you guys, and here I am.
Hmm. Sounds like you don't know them a damn thing. If they
Ah,
can't even respect you enough to tell you why they want you home.
it's it's pride. They're very. They don't want the family name to look bad. That's really what it comes down to, which I understand. I like to keep my name. I like to be proud of it. Hence why I always declare it every time I enter a room with my gong and all, showmanship and all. But yes,
Well, I think therein lies the difference, Valia. I've always viewed you in that way as a showman, not as some elitist prick paying henchmen to kidnap a member of their own family.
yeah, no, that's not me at all.
Eh, Okay, so do you wish to go or not, Valia?
You know, it has been some time since I've seen my parents. I'm curious to see what they want to know.
How,
It,
how much will this divert us?
I,
We need a real answer, not just a couple of rides and an airship. I mean that could put you at any different point
We
within
just
the
crossed an
country.
ocean. We're in a different continent.
yes,
Eh, he is from Falfir. He's at least told us that, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
But I mean, let me throw something out there. If the plan is to get an airship, maybe we could then use this airship to get to the wastes.
I'm all for that. I have no relation to these guys looking for me. I don't even know who they are. It seems like they're hired bounty hunters or hired hitmen. I don't know. I just know they dress very fancy and they're good at their jobs because can you believe they actually snuck up on me? So that should tell you something.
That is surprising. You're generally quite aware of your surroundings.
Yes.
Hmm. Maybe a bit worrisome too.
A little bit.
That
It's-
said, given what our group has done so far, I mean, as long as this isn't, I think we would have to assess the situation. I mean, I'm not going to steal an airship from some majorly powerful group in this country. But if they, if maybe this is just a private thing supplied by your family, I'd have no qualms about running off with it.
Yeah, like my family has. I'm pretty sure they have plenty to spare.
I kind of look towards the rest of everybody. Well, I mean, I guess I'll look towards Zaishori specifically. Zaishori, what do you think? I mean, this could take us off course, but depending on how things go, maybe we don't have to go all the way. Get an airship, take an airship, find the tieflings.
An airship does sound a lot faster.
And luxurious.
Luxurious.
And
Yes.
and probably the furthest thing we could possibly get from the vessel.
Yeah, it'll be nice. It'll be a nice change of pace for everybody, for sure. But yeah, we we can negotiate to see. Clearly they loved me because they let me go unscathed. I didn't have hurt anybody. But yeah,
I like the vessel.
Well, I didn't mind it at first, but oh, it, Zaishori, I mean, I imagine we'll take some sort of a vote on this, but honestly, I do give more weight to you in this situation, and if you desire to be home and not avoid diverting from our course, we could simply firmly but politely instruct these hired men that they will be returning without him.
If it's important to Valir, then I'm willing to do what's necessary right now, especially if it aids us in the future with getting an airship, because it's a lot faster than traversing the land and the waters to the waste.
Okay.
DM, would I know that if it's faster, make the trek to where I'm at and then take an airship to the wastelands to just like going by land?
Make a survival check. Man, staying hot tonight. God damn.
Mm-hmm.
It's man, a nice clothing makes the confidence, man.
Have you rolled below a 20 so far tonight? For fuck's sake. All right, yeah. So Valir, you kind of gauge yourself from where you are and from the airship travel you've taken. Not knowing exactly where in the waste you are headed.
Hmm.
Travel from here to like the border of Falthair to the waste, probably another week and a half, 2 weeks, give or take, depending on, horse, cart, any bumps on the road. Travel from here to the capital, which is where they said they would be taking you to pick up the airship, is couple days.
Oh wait, shit. We can't leave yet.
My suit.
Suji's gonna be here.
Oh,
Number one. Number two,
They
I'm pretty sure we are contractually obligated to bring that manticore's blood back to Schmidt.
did we make a contract with him?
I not
You
a
signed
written
it.
one, but a
Oh,
verbal one.
Yes, verbal one. Well done.
We agreed. So if in fact we are going with these people, they're going to have to wait.
That's fine
if-
by me.
Well, let's hope it's fine by them too.
Well, we'll see. um, well, I guess we should try to find Vintef now to see what his thoughts about it and see if he discovered anything with his churches.
They must be pretty good at finding people, since it's not like we sent out signals that we were going to be here or coming here. So how about we make our way out, and if we encounter them, we do, and we deal with it at that time.
Go
I
with
say
that.
we continue forward with the plan, bringing the blood back to Schmidt.
Yes, because I do not want to break that contract. I am a man of my word. And I'm sure
And-
nobody here wants to break a contract, now do we?
Well, and Vagabond fast approaches.
But yes, sounds like the plan. I can wait. They can wait. They know where I'm at. And if they want me that bad, they could come get me themselves instead of sending people to try to scare me and try to capture me, because clearly that didn't work. So I'm good.
While
Good.
this is all happening, I'm just praying to Zina that I hope Sepharis is still around by the time we get to the waste.
Mhm.
The Pharaoh was the one you met at the broker's house, right?
No, we've never met him. That's the
Oh.
no name.
Oh, yep.
Hmm. Do I notice Shaishuri's new sword?
What's your passive?
I believe my passive is. Oh, I thought I opened my sheet. 1 second.
Pretty sure it's high. But...
Yeah.
Oh, Robbie, let me give you my other great sword.
Oh, 22.
Other great swords. Wait, do you have another unidentified weapon?
No, I just have my regular great sword, a great axe, and
Oh,
then
you mean for the bag?
yes.
Yes, not a problem.
Valir, yeah, you do see the
Yeah.
new shiny sword.
Shaishuri, where did you get this magnificent piece of a sword?
As I'm handing Ravi also a trident.
Wait, so this is just a regular trident?
Yeah.
Okay, and then a regular greatsword?
Yes.
Wasn't
Got
the trident a +1 trident from the one Sahagwin?
I don't remember.
+1 trident. Okay. And a regular greatsword. The greatsword wasn't a +1, right?
No, it was just a regular great sword.
Cool. Yeah, I will take them both and stick them in the bag.
I am now not encumbered.
Yeah.
You can't see me, but I'm like blushing when I look at the sword. That very kind man at the shop sold it to me for 400 gold and the date.
A date? Oh, I didn't know you were the dating type. Well, hopefully you have fun in your date. Well, you got a sword out of it. I I don't know. I don't have words. I wasn't expecting this at all.
I wasn't either. This is very overwhelming.
Did he tell you what the sword does? Any cool abilities? Like,
He did not tell her anything. She was so enchanted. She bought it without knowing a damn thing about it.
nothing.
I identified it afterwards, and it is very useful. I
Oh,
think she got a steal.
huh.
Thankfully.
I wonder why he made it for.
Katori.
Couture, that's my guy right there. Ah,
The
And
big KFC.
with good reason. Apparently, Katori must have fought an actual dragon at some point in his life.
he told me he defeated a dragon when we were at the broker's house that time.
Oh,
I talked
remember
to
you
him all.
mentioning it.
Yes.
But I personally
Oh,
didn't believe it. I assumed he was full of shit.
No. If you were
Right
in that
here.
conversation in his presence, you would have felt his raw power and energy, Robbie. I don't think that man would ever lie about his battles.
I'm waving the sword in Robbie's face. The proof is right here.
Well, now we know. I just think I've heard of lots of people spinning tall tales before.
Listen, we seen what the broker could do. I can't even imagine what his friends could do, and Katori is one of them.
True, but we also witnessed what the broker can do to his friends. I always assumed the broker was, I'm going to say, several steps above them on this scale.
True, True. But I'm sure the broker wouldn't, keep company who wouldn't be useful to him.
Valia, before we, in case we're confronted by these people and need to make a decision, can you just, is there some reason you sorry, DM, before I ask this question, does he just not know the town name because you haven't given him one yet? Or is he?
No, he has it.
Oh, okay. All right, just wanted to be sure.
That's up to him when he wants to say it.
So, Valia, can you just tell us, let's assume for a moment,
Yes.
we get on that airship, and
Correct.
it turns out, oh, there are very powerful people here, or benefactors, for whatever reason, that we opt, or rather decide we can't steal it. Where will we be going?
Well, we'll be going to the northern elven town of Silicon Valley. That's where we'll be.
What you said, Silicon Valley?
Yes, Silk and then ON and then
Yeah.
Valley. Yep.
Cute, Roach. Would I know where that is in Falthier?
I guess you
roughly?
check
A what check?
history.
17.
Sure. It is about northwest of Farland.
Got it. So the complete opposite. Oh, north. Yeah, the complete opposite side of the country
It's like here
from the wastes.
Oh, it's not okay. It's not as bad as I thought.
Well, that would divert us, but as long as we can use the airship in one way, shape, or form, I'm sure if we can't, I mean, we are looking at weeks getting back. I just want everyone to be prepared. That's all. Yeah, because, oh god, I'm trying to like do the stuff in my head. Because Silicon Valley is yes, it's that way. And you see Ravi pointing back clearly towards the water. Okay, and then the wastes are also, and then you just see the realization kick in, and he just, no, never mind. Just someone figure it out. And he just sits there frustrated for a moment.
How about we get the Manicore blood to Schmidt and then we'll continue talking about it?
Works for me.
Yes, sounds good. Oh, but first things first, I guess we should find Vidtef
Oh.
before we just leave him.
He's in a
Let's-
basement with body parts somewhere.
So we just finding a church of Soren Lin then.
Yes, one of the three. Oh, wait, actually, no, we didn't hear that. There was like 3 churches around here, did we? I don't remember.
Revi and Revi and Suji would have heard. They were there for that conversation.
Okay.
There are 3 churches apparently.
Well,
I would say split off to cover more ground, but after what you just told us, Valia, I think it's probably best we stick together.
yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Because they were actually waiting for me to diverge from you guys to get to me. I guess since we outnumber them, and of course, and I point to 7, we have this guy. They are definitely not going to try any sneaky attacks.
Good.
Gonna
So
get him.
let's just check the churches. I would send him a message, but in case we have to fight these people today, I frankly I don't want to waste the magic if I don't.
That's caught up, right? I'm sure we're bound to find him.
I'm gonna stand directly next to Volier for this walk.
Okay. So you all gather yourselves. Revi, make a intelligence. Yeah, make a straight intelligence check.
22.
22. Okay. So yeah, you when you guys were asking around for like the idea for the magic shop and the blacksmith, and you saw or heard Vinteth was asking for different churches in town, you heard that they described there are 3 churches or monasteries towards temples to Soren Lin in town. There is the Our Lady of Sorrow, which is kind of like this larger, massive cathedral. There is the Bleeding Heart of Soren Lin, which is kind of a smaller, like offshoot temple. And then there is the Death's Embrace Monastery, which kind of is like slightly outside of town, but still part of the town itself. Those are the 3 places that he was able to find that were dedicated to Soren Lin.
Well, let's just hit whatever one's closest.
Works for me.
Just go in order till we find him. If we can't, I'll message him at the end.
Meanwhile, Vinteth,
Meanwhile, hello.
you have left the Our Lady of Sorrow Cathedral to Soren Lin. You pass by that very decorative statue dedicated to the mother herself, and you are on your way over to the Bleeding Heart of Soren Lin.
Yes. Yes, I am. Strolling along.
You make your way through town. You start to leave the slightly more, jovial, populated, you start to see, this part of the morning, people are starting to go to work and get their breakfast and get ready for their day. Many of the elves have been awake for several hours now and are kind of, starting to ramp up. You make your way northward, following the directions you were given earlier the other day, and from Valora, if you asked, or somebody else into the church that could point you in the direction of where this smaller temple would be. You start to go past the marketplace into more like a residential area, and you approach a very unassuming building. It's maybe 20 feet by 30 feet, plain, still beautiful elven stonework, and you can see a lot of the familiar etchings and carvings into the stone of different Soren Lin holy symbols. For the most part, left relatively plain. As something you've seen even in your own church, the Church of Soren Lin is not overly, you know, ostentatious with its, outwardly appearance. It's meant to be welcoming, and that's kind of to put at ease what your church stands for, as it is a scary place to be, so you don't want to be too overwhelming in any one direction. But you approach this simple stone building, probably pretty similar to the one that you found in Ashfeller.
We like. Is there anybody outside?
Give me a perception check.
Ten.
Okay. You see people passing by. You see, as you are approaching, nobody seems to be either entering or exiting at this time, but there are people about that are like either passing by the front of it, but nobody's like entering or exiting.
Is there any way to tell if there's like an actual like sermon or anything going on at the moment?
Does not appear from the outside. You probably have to go either inside or closer at least to see.
All right, we're gonna stroll up like we own the place and just walk right in.
Okay. As you make your way through the stone entryway, the first thing you notice is it is empty. There are no current people out. There's no altar, there's no pews, there are no seating. Make another perception check for this room.
25.
There you go. As you enter, you notice the lack of people and the lack of, there's no sermon, there's no one seemingly to preaching or there to talk. You start to think, and Valora did give you kind of this is more of a quiet temple of worship. It's not meant for, the big preachy type things. It's meant for people that are going there for silent prayer or communication with the mother in some way or the other. Very more secluded than the big cathedral that she runs. As you enter, though, you start to, with that 25 perception, it hits your nose. A familiar smell.
Is there anything on the altar?
There is no altar here.
No altar at all.
But as you walk through and you take those first couple steps through this stone entryway, that heavy smell of iron in the air hits your
Beautiful.
nostrils. And as you kind of scan about, well, there's no altar, there's no seating, there's no pews. You see scattered through this length of a room, 1, 2, 3, half a dozen, maybe 5 foot. They range in size, but roughly 5 foot wide pools. On the
Cool.
ground.
I'm gonna walk over to the nearest pool and check it out.
Make an investigation check with advantage.
Nine.
A 9's enough for you to realize that that's a pool of blood.
Yeah.
You don't get much else from it, but you see, you approach the closest one to you, and you realize that they're all very similar. You see about, again, 5 or 6 still pools of blood.
I'm gonna work my way through the room.
Okay.
Beautiful. So beautiful.
What is your passive perception?
16.
16. Okay. From as you're making your way in and you're passing, each of the pools and getting that heavy smell of iron in the air. It's strange to you as, these pools, you can, while you know their blood, it's hard to tell their depth without actually getting too close to them. But as you're kind of examining one and you're taking in the sight of these things, from one of the pools to your left, you start to just out of the corner of your eye, you see movement.
I'm just gonna turn and stare at it.
You watch as a figure, elven in, feature, starts to emerge out of the pool. Almost as if they were stepping out of kind of pool stairs. They were just slowly rising up. You see the blood start to kind of it's kind of matted in their hair, is lightly covering the silk layer over their clothing. slight smudges on their face. You see a female elf, probably in her mid to late years, a couple centuries old. Soft smile, long, blackish, almost auburn hair, emerges from one of the pools on your left.
I'm going to take a step towards her and just smile gently. Like, oh, this is a beautiful place. I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna think like this is a beautiful place, and now this. Hello.
Yeah. Good day to you. Sorry, I was just in the middle of prayer. How may I help you?
Good day to you, sister. Are you the caretaker of this building?
In a sense, I oversee the comings and goings and help those that need guidance.
It's breathtaking.
The mother appreciates the simplicity of it all.
The name of the place is the Bleeding Heart of Sorenlin. Yes,
That is correct.
I've never seen such a place. Nothing so just beautiful. The pools, how are they so still?
They are all. This is a sacred place, and they are all hallowed to a point and consecrated through extensive ritual to keep them up. And you actually, with your perception, you see as she kind of is emerging from this pool, and she did have a thin layer of this blood all over her. But almost as she like exits the pool, like she is getting cleaner quicker than what should be possible. Like she's not. You see that her like white and gray robes aren't stained. Like the net to her hair kind of slowly drips off, and just it's not like damp or like coagulated with blood. But as she exits, the blood seeps in, and even as she takes a step out, you don't see any splatter on the ground.
Can
The
I
blood
can I tell if
slowly
it's like since I've seen Robbie do it? Can I tell if it's like prestidigitation or not?
make an Arcana check.
11.
This does not feel like that. This feels like, as much as something is contained to a particular area, it feels like it will not leave this pool, and almost like the actual act of leaving the pool, you can't take anything with you, essentially.
I'm just staring at this woman, like dumbfounded, like I am a devout servant of the mother. I would be honored if I could pray in one of these pools. Is there anything special I need to do?
Make a persuasion or religion check. I'll give you that option.
10.
Of course not. No, there's as long as, and she kind of looks you over, sees the symbol on your side. Of course not. Please, I welcome you to one of our prayer pools. I'm assuming it's your first time.
In a facility such as this, yes. I excuse me, sister. Vintef. I am a high priest from Morant in Vertrack.
Vinteth, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Tress Forel.
Tress Forel.
Yep.
Interesting.
Tress Pharrell. Did I just meet the fucking like blood elemental queen or something? I don't like the name Pharrell. That bugs me out.
Yeah, I don't fucking blame you.
That's fair.
How do I spell it? TRESS apostrophe FOREL or L?
First name is TRESS.
Yeah.
Last name FOR''EL.
Yeah, or L.
What is it? I'm sorry, the last part. Pharrell?
FOR''EL.
Got it.
4L.
Currently not the sound of me finding and replacing in my Word document.
Well, Vintet, it is a pleasure to meet you, and you've come a very long way from Vertrag, is it? That is quite the journey. Welcome. Make an insight check for me.
Insight. 10. I am the
Perfectly
most
average.
mediocre fucking. It tracks. I'm bewildered. I don't know what's going on.
I will say with that, she for the second time today, you have been told welcome home. I will say with a 10, the way Valora said it when she found out you were from Vertrag, and it was more, it had that slight twinge of like condescending, like, oh, you're an elf that finally returned to Falfair. Um, with a 10, not seeing too much into us, you can see Tress is more so welcoming you home to a place of the mother. She
Yes.
recognizes your connection and is welcoming you to a place that you can consider home.
I feel at home, almost as home as I used to feel in my own church. Place is amazing.
Thank you. But yes, please. It can be a little bit unnerving, your first time, but all I can say is much like faith is, you just need to kind of take the plunge. Accept it. Don't fight it.
I don't plan on it. I am ready to dive in, should the mother ask it. Which
There are stairs in there. I recommend walking in. Diving in a shallow pool is very much not encouraged, but
may I inquire? You are now clean. Is there anything I should prepare myself for, or just go right in? Like what? How? I'm just gonna gesture like up and down towards her clothing, hair. Huh?
she smiles. That is effects of the pool. Do not worry yourself too much. Your clothes will not be um stained or marked. It is the pools are consecrated and holified. Um, what is theirs will stay theirs. What is hers will stay hers. I suppose.
Understood. I'm excited. May I? May I? Which
She kind of like looks around. Um, it's past a little past early morning at this point. Most of our usual acolytes, or you know, those who come to pray before their day starts, have probably already gone. She kind of looks at all the pools. They all seem to be open. Whichever one suits your fancy, please go ahead, step in, take your time.
I'm gonna look down to her pool and be like, "Do you mind?"
She smiles gently again, kind of just gives you like that waves hand motion, like, please be my guest.
I'm gonna walk up to the pool and just in my what's the word? Excitement, I guess. I'm gonna like almost stumble, but get up to the lip of the edge and slowly descend. Excited.
As you take the first couple steps in, the first thing that hits your like starts at your feet and is slowly working up your legs as you go down. You do feel a couple of steps below your feet. It's cold. It
Oh.
is a not. It, it's exactly what you would expect a standing pool of blood to feel like. It is
Viscous.
thick. Yeah, it is thick. It is goopy. It is very chilled. But make a medicine check for me.
8. God damn. Fuck you, Blair.
Valir took all the good rolls.
Definitely.
I mean, it's not hard to imagine the fact that obviously something religious or magical is happening with these pools as they are standing and not, they are still liquefied. They are not, coagulating to a point that it's like a jello or, drying out. Um, what's at work at this moment? I think you're more just awestruck
Mhm.
than thinking about the practicality of what you're doing.
Yeah, the thought passed my mind, and then I immediately discarded it because this is fucking awesome.
Yeah. Um, you get to a point, you hit the bottom, and it's probably about, and what your feet feel like the edge of the last step, only about maybe 4.5 feet deep. So you're probably about chest high at this point when you hit the bottom.
All right, I'm gonna wade toward the other edge as far as I can, and turn around and face Tress. Right,
Okay.
Tress.
Yep.
Big ass giant smile on my face. I haven't felt this at home in a long time.
She smiles back. You wade in. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna submerge and say a prayer.
Okay. So you let your head drift below a pool of blood. Your eyes. Do you shut your eyes?
No.
The inky blackness, the darkness of just being completely submerged in blood. You can't see your hand in front of your face, let alone make out anything else. You take a second to take in the quiet. Give me a religion check with advantage.
Now's the time. 22.
Yeah.
Proud of you.
Did it.
Meanwhile, Suji,
Hi, I am here.
yes. Suji, your friends had just left, made a purchase and arrangements for a date. Seven got nice and buffed, bought some weapons. Three of them had left you alone in this blacksmith, taking your time to familiarize yourself with the space, the instruments around that Dory had left out for you. Everything you will need to forge. Suji, give me So first is going to be a wisdom check. So it's going to be a d20 plus your wisdom plus your proficiency, and do it and roll with advantage.
So what kind of check with advantage?
It's a wisdom check, but add your proficiency bonus to it as well.
So 15 plus 3. Or plus 2 plus 3, so plus 5, right?
Do you roll? Is my roll 20?
No, I haven't rolled yet.
Oh.
I'm trying to remember how to do the one fancy thing, but whatever. So that's plus 5. So... Wait, I have advantage. Oh, it doesn't do advantage if you roll over here. Got it.
Yeah, you have to.
Oh,
That's
Ooh,
great.
25.
That's pretty good.
That is a fantastic start.
That's how you do it, Vintef.
yeah. I took one for the team.
Yep.
Thank
Suji,
you, Robbie.
Suji, as all your friends leave and you kind of dive in, and you know, again, you look at these tools in front of you, and mechanically and what they're used for in your head, you know, like what you need for different steps, and you start plotting it out in your head, and you start pulling out the blueprints, and you're looking at, okay, I took all these measurements, and I know I need to work, certain pieces of this. Um, while you don't Well, you didn't show your technical knowledge when you first got here, and you were talking to Dory about the different the names of the different pieces that you needed to use. Um, you start working. You start getting into it now that everyone's gone. You're in your quiet place. That you can hear the roar, that slight roar of the forge kicking up and heating up. You get lost in just your work at this point, and you start having those moments of shocking yourself almost, that you don't need to know the names of this doodad or that doodad, or you know how to do this, and you start melting down this scrap metal that you and Ravi had collected, and you start making it into, okay, I know I need this much for this part of the armor, I need this much for this part of the armor, and you start setting out your ingots for the remainder of it, in case, hopefully you don't need it, but in case you do, it's still there, and it'll be at least in a workable form. The next 3 or 4 hours, you just start going to town. Like, you have been, you have found your goal, and you are working towards it. You get to a point and into a flow where, like, Dory was watching you start like beginning. He was like kind of like just kind of like, oh, okay, let me see how long it's gonna take this stupid rich kid to light himself on fire. But like hour 2 or 3, he's getting into it. And he's watching you just move with a quickness, and like he starts like anticipating like what you're gonna say next, because he realizes like, wow, oh wait, this guy actually knows his shit. He's dumb as a sack of bricks, but once you start moving, you are literally poetry in motion. Um,
I just keep thinking Suji's just like, yeah, I'm using the wacky thingy. And he's just like, the hammer. yeah, that.
Okay, if Suji was not lost in the zone right now, if he looked up, would he see a single tear emerging from the eye of Toriway?
Possibly, if it wasn't so damn hot in here, tears are no place in the forge.
That's a good point.
But Suji, you just get into a tear. You get into a rhythm. Um, you start again melting down the different pieces. You start pouring out into this essentially this mold you've created already, for some of the chest plates and the different elements that you're trying to go for. I'm gonna ask now, because now this is you one-on-one, Suji. What is the intended style of this armor?
if I'm understanding your question enough, I'm going for more of a slick, cool design.
Okay.
Thinking more creatively than like efficiently.
Okay.
AKA when I was talking about having the fucking jet pack things in there, even though I know nothing about engineering. The
Okay.
things.
So streamline, protective.
Corvette basically style.
Okay. Cool. Suji, you and Dory work for what feels like no time has passed at all, but the next thing you know, like, it's funny, you have felt this before constantly recently, but like you were so just into what you were doing and getting things done and, banging out certain pieces and starting to measure and cut and, cool and get everything going. Like, you didn't realize your body is now just like exhausted. Like, you feel like your body just like you take that one deep breath at one point and hit like that moment of like, oh shit, I just zoned out and worked for like 8 hours straight.
Yep.
And you hit that one deep breath and like, oh shit, I'm tired. What time is it? What did I do? Like, you take that second to breathe after you finish like part of this armor, and you look up at Dory and you look over at the doorway. It's nighttime. You have been working for hours. But you are well on your way to developing not just functional, but pretty damn good armor for a small creature with wings.
Tigger shall live. This will not be another Perry Roach.
But Suji, as you finish off your first day of crafting, Dory looks at you and you kind of see him. He like looks and has that moment of like, oh shit, it's nighttime already. Like, whew. That was. I'm not gonna lie. I expected you to be losing a finger or something early. Like, I thought I just, basically rented my forge for an hour for 3 days price. I was what I was anticipating, but gods be damned, that was impressive.
I'm not gonna lie, Way. I didn't really expect that as much. It's a long story, but it just kind of come to me. But holy shit, you really do this every day.
Yeah, every day, 12 plus hours. That was. I mean, where did you learn that? The thing that you did, like, look, I don't get to work with Nelfinian ore very often, but like what you just did was like actually masterful. Like, you took pieces of scrap that was mostly Nelfinian ore and cycled out, like, you melted out what was not Nelfinian ore. I'm still not sure how you did that. Like, how do you know the exact melting point of different ores? Like, that's a guess and check for me. And usually I lose at least like a tenth of what I'm working with. Like, that was fucking genius.
My father like had some really good books on it. Yeah, it's weird. Like I said, it's a long story. It's not like something I've really done before, obviously, but like it's a thing.
Whatever it is, my hypothetical hat is off to you, man. That was fucking inspiring. You know what? Whatever you need for the next couple days, I am here. I am down to just watch you work or help you with whatever you need. I'm gonna, okay, so this is a hammer. These are
Okay.
these are tongs.
Tongs. Got it.
Yeah, they do this. Yep.
Yeah, I know what they do. I just didn't know they were called tongs.
Yeah, you know what? I will learn you that, and I'm just, as long as that's okay, and I can watch you do the rest of this. That even trade.
Yeah, of course. If you have any questions along the way, like my explanations might not be the best, but I feel very knowledgeable.
I look forward to working with you.
Same here. Like this is a great forge. I really like it. It almost feels like home already.
You see, he claps you on the shoulder a little bit. Like, it wasn't hard, but it's too hard for just how physically exhausted the little form of Suji is at the moment. And you like half buckle. Whoa.
Whoa.
You know what? You look like you can use some dinner and a drink. You know what? Let's go to the tavern. I got you on this one. Come on.
Oh, that sounds great. Why? Yeah, we're still. I still had room over in that one area. I can't even think since I'm so tired. But yeah, let's go get some drinks.
Yeah, come on. You see, he, starts to cool down the forge, locks up the shop. You and Wei make your way out into the refreshing, like that first breath of like the night air, especially coming off of like the shore after you've just been inside with this fucking piping hot forge for the last 8 hours.
The
That
super
first,
sauna.
oh yeah, like you get that first like hit of cold, and you're like, you stand up real straight for a second, and you're like, ah. You and Wei make your way down the docks over to the Sahagwin. Get a drink. Talk about forging and blacksmithing and learning a lot from each other. Wei from years of experience, and you from whatever it is that you have gained over the last month and a half. But you have several days left. A great first day. And we'll pick up next week with Vinteth and a pool blood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's going to take a while.
I figured. Still a great cliffhanger, even if you kind of knew it was coming based on the time.
I was expecting something to go down with the little shithole place outside of town, not in the second place.
I gotta say, I think a better episode / session overall, with basically everyone succeeding on what they attempted to do. I think it was just nice. Failure can be fun, but I think in this case, the session there was some interesting stuff going on there.
I will learn about romantic love next session.
Sex robot.
Oh, we are Patreon where Seven learns about romantic love.
Okay, yes, exactly.
Oh my gosh, I can just imagine.
Subscribe to my 7 fans.
$1 per month.
Can I make romantic love to that thing? What about that thing?
Oh, it's like fighting, but gentle.
We encounter some bandits in the future, and it's like, no, we're trying not to go full murder. He goes, all right, fine. Turns to them, I will make romantic love to all of you.
Oh, you're ruining Seven's future now.
As Vinteth emerges from his religious retreat in a pool of blood, Seven approaches Vinteth. Vinteth, what is romantic love?
Start like scrubbing the fucking blood in my skin like this.
He emerges from the pool of blood, and at that moment, we all walk in. He's like, okay, guys, seriously, it really isn't what it looks like.
That's what I'm fucking expecting, honestly. You guys just show up as I come out.
Guys, I swear it's cool here.
Yeah.
This isn't like the other place.
Man,
Pools of
Did
blood
you-
were here when I got here. I swear.
like 15 sessions later, I finally said like romantic love time, and I just charge again.
Oh, sorry. I got one more for the Vintage Church. He's like, "Yeah, come on, guys. This place doesn't even have a basement." And all of a sudden, you hear from the back, "Well, of course we have a basement. It's not filled with bodies, is it?" And you just see her like start kicking the dirt, like, "Well,
Define
Phil is a
Phil."
relative to her." Exactly. Man. Oh, can I just shout out Chris for a moment? Because usually I'm not a fan of like rolling before the DM tells you to roll, and it's like the quote faux pas. But in this case, when you know there's no other thing you could be doing, you're lying, you're deceiving. He rolls the deception check and then acts that out accordingly. I just thought that was a beautiful touch. I wanted to shout Chris out for that.
Yeah, I've done that like
Yeah.
once or twice in the past where I'm like, I don't really know how I want to act it out, so I'm gonna kind of let the dice like decide. Not so much
fair.
as a directly deception check, but more so how I'm acting deception check.
I think that's.
like
I think that's
that.
fair. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. If,
How-
if
how-
it's like clear exactly what you're about to be doing, then yeah, and you want to play that out one way or the other. I think that's an interesting way to do it.
I hope you all had fun. Thanks for playing and coming along the next stage of this ride.
Yes.
Amazing.
Blood pool.
Yeah.
I ascend from the blood pool next week. Be ready. I'm ready.
I'm just excited that I'm actually potentially getting to pull this bullshit off of a fucking familiar armor because we happen to find a magical artifact that turns Suji into the greatest blacksmith ever to live.
This has been the most eventful shopping trip ever.
Yeah.
Might be world record,
Ah.
honestly.
We made it to a new continent, guys. What do you want to do? Let's go fucking shopping!
And then shopping turns into blood pools, master blacksmiths, Valir potentially getting kidnapped by his family, Zaishori falling in love,
It's got everything.
Devin learning about love as the plucky sidekick. It's just we got it all.
Yeah.
Art,
The drama,
comedy,
the love,
drama,
the
yeah.
action.
It's like, guys, were we here on this continent for some specific reason? Yeah, I don't remember.
Hey, don't forget, Revy doesn't have a fucked up family backstory. So
No, I don't. I got a very loving dad, and whenever I can afford the spell usage, just back and forth. Hey, Dad, this
Wait.
happened.
What happened to your mom though?
Did I put that in my backstory? I gotta check that again. It's been a while. I
Yeah.
got something in there, I think.
He doesn't
Yeah,
even
so
know what
it's
happened to his
parents.
mom. She's inconsequential. He's a daddy's boy.
on the road. I'm gonna ask that shirt one more time about romantic love, Mr. Dory, and she's gonna hit me with her sword, and now she's just gonna keep critting me. It's gonna be horrible.
I
gonna
would never.
Gives the
gonna add
gentlest bonk.
construct to that sword real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, my idea if you guys went back to the blacksmith real quick, I was gonna be like, oh yeah, me and Wade's just been talking for a bit. Like I've been asking him what's the name of certain tools. He's been really curious about our adventures. Like, oh yeah, when did you and your party meet? Like when did Zaishori meet? Like just throw a bunch of innuendos like that.
How long you known the does he know she's a tiefling? You took her hood off, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a thing for tieflings. Yo, he's a freak.
Yeah.
Yo, I was
Hopefully
scared
it's
because call me
genuine.
exotic.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was gonna say hopefully it's genuine and we don't find out it's it's a fetish.
Well,
I have to ask
definitely
Dory
like
about
a
romantic
tomboy
love.
fetish.
No, just let me ask him about romantic love, and we'll see what happens next time.
I just want to say I don't think you should be kink shaming the blacksmith who made a weapon for Ikatori. That's all I'm saying.
True.
Yeah.
So you're saying if he likes his tieflings, that's just that's his deal.
It's just his deal, man.
I think that's reasonable.
All right, I'm ending the button. Bye. Good night, stream. Bye.
I sure.
Bye.
Bye.